about a battle with Fearfox here. And at first I thought it was like Flash Fox. So I was like, oh shit, Flash Fox. But it wasn't. It's Fearfox. So I was like, oh. Yeah. So, I just want to throw this out there. I think I could have won this match if it wasn't for all his hacks. But yeah. I used Torn on his Fortress. And he was probably picking a flamethrower. So he went to Porygon 2. And I get paralyzed. But that's understandable. Because it's discharge. But this is the part that made me upset. I got paralyzed. The first turn I had paralyzed on me. So I just went to my Lucario. And which ended up I thought he'd Ice Beam again, but he discharged and I was like, oh shit, I could have like got paralyzed again and stuff. And I predicted the switch and I used Hidden Power Ice because he's Specs. And it does a respectable amount of damage to Fortress, but not a lot. So I go to Tyranitar. Because I'm Choice Banded, and I'm pretty sure a Choice Band Earthquake is going to do a large chunk to it. And he sets up Stealth Rock, which is going to hurt my Gyarados big time. So, I EQ the Porygon 2, and I was fearing the Flyer, but I thought if I'd see the Flying Poke, I'd see it on the first turn, so I'm just going to go for another EQ to try and take it out. But he ends up having Immense, which I predicted with my Lucario. I predicted the Flyer slash Dragon guy with my Lucario when I HP Ice, but Fortress came in, which is retarded. Because if I had a Lucario and if I had a Fortress Salamence and I saw Lucario, I'd go right to Mence. But I guess this guy thinks a little bit differently than I do. So I go to Porygon 2 because he's my Mence counter, but he did like that double switch thing, which I hate, and he did that a couple other times this battle when it drove me nuts. So I go back into Luke because I thought he'd set up Toxic Spikes and I'd have a safe switch, but he Rapid Spins and my switch is still safe, but now I have no more rocks. And I always fear this turn, and that's going to take him out. So Magnezone comes in, and he's Choice Scarfed, and I'm trapped, and I'm gonna die. Which really sucks, because Lucario late game, any form of Lucario late game is a force to be reckoned with. And that's what I usually try and do, to keep him late, but, yeah, I couldn't. So I wanted to trap Porygon 2, because Trace, I trapped Metal Pull, Magnet Pull, and I was gonna Thunder Wave him here, and I would have slowed him down. But I got paralyzed again. That wasn't Discharge. This was Thunderbolt. This is a whole different story. That drove me nuts. Like, I was going to T-Wave it, slow it down, and I would have been able to take it out with ease. But now, it's still Scarfed, and it's going to, like, destroy my whole team. So, I have to start predicting like crazy because I'm at such a disadvantage. So, I Stone Edge, because EQ is way too obvious, so I just gotta start predicting like crazy if I want a chance to win, because I lost like 2 pokes because of hacks. And he does that double switching again. I'm like, oh my god, man, don't, it drives me nuts. Like, there's no way you can predict those things. So I went to my fodder guy, and I just try to explode, and that's not gonna work. And he outrages, which is a really dumb move. Because now he's locked in Outrage, and I can bring in a dude to resist it. So the poke I have to resist Outrage is my Scizor, and my plan was right here, was to set up a Swords Dance this turn, and then hopefully he'd still be stuck in Outrage and I can roost up all the damage. But he gets like a 2-turn Outrage, which usually is really bad, but in this case it's good. And now like the little ounces of like hacks are starting to add up and it's getting annoying. So I Bullet Punch to take him out. But at this point I thought if I was at full HP with Scizor, I could live with Thunderbolt and I could revenge kill with Brick Break. But at that point I forgot they pack HP Fire, so yeah, I guess that 2-turn of Outrage didn't really matter. But when that was happening I was like, oh my god, like I thought that, I don't know, I thought I could have had a potential comeback there at that point, but yeah. So Magnezone comes in, and I go for the obvious move, and I EQ, because I've been over predicting, and hopefully he like do that double prediction thingy and stay in. And in comes Gyarados, who has like 0 use for me all game. And Surf does nothing, but I cannot do nothing to Latios. I cannot do nothing, yeah. I have like awesome grammar and stuff. So, because I only pack Waterfall on this guy. So he's just pretty much gonna Dragon Pulse at will and do whatever he wants to me. But at that point, I'm like, oh my god, Tyranitar can like take a Dragon Pulse pretty decently, and maybe I can fire back with Crunch. I don't know. Surf probably would have killed me anyway, but it was my last hope. So I go to T-Tar, and he crits on the Dragon Pulse. I'm like, damn, this is doing a lot, and it was a crit. I was like, shit. And now I can't live the Surf at all. I could not live the Surf. No way, I can live the Surf now. So yeah, that's just about game. Because I only think I have Gyarados left. So yeah, I got 3 Odeglow hacks, but it could have been worse. I think it could have been worse. So yeah, I didn't run. I toughed it out. Yeah, so yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to really say. Oh yeah, I'm in. Yeah, whatever. All right, good game, Fearfox. Yeah, that's it.